Okay. Hello. And once again, no Unity, I don't want your next version. Your next hip version of Unity can wait. Fine as it is. Okay. So, what am I going to do today? So, today I'm going to work on a feature in the game for terraforming, basically. So, we need to set this up in some plans, because I have plans. So the first step is real-time mesh updating. And this is important because if we have our world, previously we just generated it and displayed it, but now we want to, maybe we have some hills, we want to be able to change it in real time to something else. And after that, we'll have to do some world storing, so tile data structure basically, or well, improve data structure to handle or accompany this sort of new behavior that we want. And this is going to involve some data of, for example, let's see, we have our vertex here. We need a paintbrush. So we have our vertex here on our grid. You know, it's laid out like that. And there are more vertices. And so we want, for this vertex, we want to store all of the sort of tile data. So this might be the top tile, the one that we see, and then here might be some sort of other tiles that are underground that you need to dig to sort of reveal to the player. So that's sort of the plan. So first of all, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I need to do some real-time mesh updating, and this shouldn't be too difficult. So let's take the scripts here and let's go for the world renderer. So I want some sort of way to pass some data to the world renderer of what sort of vertices I want to update. So let's create a new function, public void pass updates, or sort of push update maybe. And this is basically going to give us a vertex coordinate, and I need some sort of way to represent a vertex coordinate. Unity bad, Unreal good. Maybe, but I don't feel like learning a new environment right now. I'm too lazy. So I'm going to pass, let's see here. Should I make another struct? I don't think I need to. I think there's, yeah, vector to int should work. Just exactly like I wanted to. And this should be the vertex, or well, yeah, vertex coordinate. And so I want to make a list here, or well, it should be a queue really. So a queue with vector to integers called the vertice updates. I mean, I could make it a stack, doesn't really matter what I make it. And so I want to initialize it as the queue. And then here I just want to say vertice updates dot enqueue vertex coordinate. That should be all right, I think. And so we want to create another function after the create mesh function, or maybe above, I don't really know. So this is going to be the update mesh. So it's going to go through all of the all of the updates and update the mesh after for those updates. Now, the weird thing is, if you haven't sort of seen this, is that to get past the vertice limit, I should probably not have the world sized that big, but to get past the vertice limit, I made sort of sub-renderers, and they are down here. They're called mesh controllers, and they basically control a mesh. And so I basically split up the world into different sections, and then each of those sections has its own mesh. And you know, this is going to actually be kind of useful for this specific feature, because having small sort of parts of the entire world is going to make them easier to update, you know, selectively update certain parts of it. So maybe I shouldn't have the vertice updates here, but instead I should have it in the over here. That should probably be a bit better. So I want to have some vertice EQ vector to int called the update queue, or vertex update queue. I don't even remember what I called it before, but let's call it that. So I'm just going to initialize it. Vertice updates. Yeah, I like vertex update queue better. Okay. So now we should have a function that is basically the same as the previous function. Update vertex vector to integers vertex coordinate. It's not really a vertex. And so now we want to add that to our queue. So vertex update queue dot enqueue vertex chord. And then we of course want the update mesh as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to just go through and say while vertex update queue dot length or element, I don't know what count, right? That's the normal sort of definition of length of a in the .NET framework. Okay. So now we just want to say that the vertex vertex coordinate, no, vector to int the vertex coordinate equals the vertex update queue dot dequeue. Okay, so we're basically dequeuing here, so we're going to get all of the updates and update the mesh accordingly. And then, of course, we now want to update the mesh. And I do not have a function specifically for this, so I should create one. Public void what should it be called? Let's create mesh. So maybe it should not be public. Void. Let's see. Pass mesh values. Mesh properties, maybe. That might be fine. And all we're going to do is just pass all of the properties that we have for our mesh. And so all we're going to do here now is pass the mesh properties. So that should be fine. So now we do the same thing here. Now I do, however, want to do one more thing. Oh, yeah. So I want to make sure that we actually updated something before I actually update it. So let's do that. So bool has updated equals vertex update q.count larger than 0. So if it was 0, then it hasn't updated, so we don't have to update it. I mean, maybe just this should be a bit cleaner. So if vertex update q.count is equal to 0, then just return. Don't do anything at all. That should be all right, hopefully. So what to do now? Now we need to call the update function for this thing here. So in the push update, we want to just say something like controllers 0, just for trying things out. And sorry for bad sort of streaming output. It happens now and then. So controller 0 dot push update. Wait. Update. It should be called something else. Update vertex. Yes. Yeah. It should be. I feel like update vertex feels better. So update vertex, the vertex coordinate. So that should be fine. And so now we just say here controllers 0 dot update mesh. Okay. That should be about all right. Let's try some other things, or some more. Let's do some more here. So we want an update function, and we want to say actually have a world renderer now. Renderer. And so now it's just going to be the renderer equals a new world renderer. And we also want to store the world. So now we say world dot vertices. Why do I have an open array to the vertices? That does not make sense at all. That's stupid. Right, we need they should not be public. Well, the renderer kind of likes it being not public because it might want them, but I should just have something like public void set tile, or set vertex int x int y, and we just set our vertices x plus y times the vertex width equals the value, so vertex v, public vertex get vertex int x int x int y. Why is the stream going so mad? Right, let me just see here what's going on. Because maybe some sort of internet connection problem, but it shouldn't be here. Yes, of course. I'm just going to have to go here. This might be a problem. There might be problem. Wait. Okay, it's back. It's back. everybody. That's nice. Cool. Well, it's really slow. Why is it so slow? And now I just decided to do something that was stupid. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. Right, for some reason the streaming output is really slow. Let me just sort of try to stop